Hey everyone, and welcome back to Top 10 Trends. I'm your host, and boy, do we have a lineup for you today that is truly off the charts. We're diving deep into the moments that made the world stop, gasp, and grab the popcorn. These are the stories that prove even the brightest stars can sometimes fall, and when they do, it's a spectacle that captivates us all. From red carpet meltdowns to courtroom dramas that felt more like blockbuster movies, we've seen it all, haven't we? But what happens when that spotlight becomes an interrogation lamp, exposing secrets, mistakes, and moments of pure, unadulterated chaos? They had it all: fame, fortune, and then the scandals exploded. Ready for the most shocking celebrity falls from grace? We're counting down the events that didn't just make headlines, they rewrote legacies and had us all talking for weeks, months, even years. So, buckle up, because this is going to be a wild ride through the annals of celebrity history. We're talking about the kind of scandals that sent shockwaves through Hollywood and beyond, leaving careers in tatters and reputations forever changed. These aren't just minor missteps, these are the earthquakes that reshape the celebrity landscape. Get your reactions ready, because you won't believe some of the stories we're about to revisit. Let's get into it. Hash 10. Will Smith slaps Chris Rock at the Oscars, 2022. Alright, let's kick things off with a moment that had the entire planet buzzing. Picture this. It's the 94th Academy Awards, the pinnacle of Hollywood glamour and achievement. Chris Rock is on stage, doing his thing, cracking jokes as presenters do. Then he makes a comment about Jada Pinkett Smith's appearance. What happened next? Well, nobody, and I mean nobody, could have predicted it. Live TV, millions watching, and Will Smith, a beloved icon, a nominee for Best Actor that very night, walks deliberately onto the stage and slaps Chris Rock across the face. The silence in the Dolby Theater was deafening, quickly followed by utter confusion. You could feel the collective gasp from everyone watching at home. Was it a bit? Was it staged? The raw emotion on Will's face, the stunned reaction from Chris Rock, it all felt too real. And it was. Will returned to his seat, shouting expletives that were bleeped out for many viewers but were crystal clear to the shocked audience in the room. It was a moment of unprecedented drama at an event usually known for its carefully orchestrated proceedings. Hash 9. Britney Spears' 2007 breakdown. Now, let's rewind to a time that, for many, defined the intense pressures and pitfalls of young superstardom Britney Spears' very public struggles in 2007. This wasn't just a single event, it was a series of alarming incidents that played out under the relentless glare of the paparazzi. Shaved head, umbrella in hand, and a global media storm. Britney's meltdown became a symbol of celebrity pressure, a cautionary tale that still resonates today. It was a period where the world watched, often with a mixture of concern and morbid curiosity, as one of pop music's brightest stars seemed to unravel before our very eyes. The lead-up to 2007 was already turbulent for Britney. She was navigating a high-profile divorce from Kevin Federline, battling for custody of her two young sons, and constantly hounded by an aggressive, ever-present paparazzi. Hash 8. Tiger Woods' infidelity scandal, 2009. From the pop charts to the pristine greens of professional golf, our next scandal involves an athlete who was more than just a sports star. He was a global icon, a symbol of perfection and unparalleled success. I'm talking about Tiger Woods. In 2009, his carefully crafted image of a dedicated family man and a flawless champion came crashing down with astonishing speed. From golf icon to tabloid king, Tiger Woods' cheating scandal shook fans and sponsors worldwide. It was a story that had everyone, even those who didn't follow golf, completely captivated. It all began with a mysterious late-night car crash outside his Florida mansion on Thanksgiving weekend. The initial reports were vague, but soon, whispers turned into roars as allegations of infidelity began to surface. The first woman came forward, then another, and another. Hash 7. Johnny Depp vs. Amber Heard trial, 2022. Fast forward to 2022, and we had a courtroom drama that unfolded like a binge-worthy streaming series, captivating audiences around the globe. I'm talking, of course, about the defamation trial between Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. This wasn't just a legal battle, it was a public spectacle, live-streamed for the world to see, dissect, and debate. Accusations, recordings, and global debate. It had all the elements of a Hollywood blockbuster, except this was real life with real reputations and careers on the line. The trial stemmed from a 2018 op-ed Amber Heard wrote in the Washington Post, where she described herself as a public figure representing domestic abuse, without explicitly naming Johnny Depp. Depp sued Heard for defamation, claiming the article severely damaged his career, while Heard countersued. What followed was 6 weeks of intense, often disturbing testimony. Both actors took the stand, airing deeply personal and often contradictory accounts of their tumultuous relationship, detailing allegations of physical and emotional abuse from both sides. It was raw, it was emotional, and it was incredibly public. The live-stream nature of the trial turned millions of people into armchair jurors. Social media platforms, particularly TikTok and Twitter, were flooded with clips, commentary, memes, and hashtags like #Justice for Johnny Depp and #IStandWith Amber Heard. Every gesture, every word, every piece of evidence was scrutinized and analyzed by a global audience. It became a cultural flashpoint, igniting fierce discussions about domestic violence, believe all women movements, cancel culture, and the nature of truth in the digital age. The trial transcended its legal boundaries and became a referendum on celebrity, relationships, and public opinion. #6 Michael Jackson's abuse allegations. Now we turn to a figure who was, for decades, arguably the biggest star on the planet, Michael Jackson, pop royalty under scrutiny. The king of pop's legacy was, and continues to be, profoundly affected by shocking child abuse allegations that spanned years. These accusations cast a long, dark shadow over his unparalleled musical achievements and his almost mythical public persona, forcing fans and critics alike to grapple with a deeply uncomfortable and complex narrative. It's a story that continues to evoke strong emotions and heated debate. The first major public allegations surfaced in 1993, leading to a high-profile investigation and a civil suit that was eventually settled out of court. While Jackson maintained his innocence, the accusations sent shockwaves through his global fanbase and the entertainment industry. #5 Kanye West's controversial statements. Few celebrities have had a trajectory as dynamic and ultimately as polarizing as Kanye West, now known as Ye. From groundbreaking musical innovator and fashion icon to a figure mired in relentless controversy, his journey has been a roller coaster. From presidential runs to anti-Semitic remarks, Kanye went from genius to controversy machine, leaving many fans and collaborators bewildered and dismayed. It's a story of immense talent intertwined with increasingly erratic and offensive behavior, making him one of the most talked about and often criticized figures of our time. In his early career, Kanye was celebrated for his innovative music, pushing boundaries and redefining hip-hop. Albums like The College Dropout and My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy were critically acclaimed, cementing his status as a visionary artist. #4 Lance Armstrong's doping confession. From the world of music and entertainment, we now shift gears to the grueling arena of professional cycling, and a scandal that exposed a lie of monumental proportions. I'm talking about Lance Armstrong, 7-time Tour de France winner, a cancer survivor whose story inspired millions. Then, boom, all stripped, all a lie. His fall from grace was not just a personal tragedy but a devastating blow to the sport of cycling and a betrayal of trust for countless admirers around the world. It was a meticulously constructed facade that came crumbling down. For years, Lance Armstrong was more than just an athlete. He was a symbol of hope and resilience. Having overcome testicular cancer to achieve unprecedented success in one of the world's most demanding sports, his Livestrong Foundation raised hundreds of millions for cancer research. He was an American hero, a global icon. Throughout his dominant reign in the Tour de France, from 1999 to 2005, he vehemently denied any accusations of doping, often aggressively attacking those who dared to question him. His denials were passionate, convincing, and backed by a powerful team. #3 Ellen DeGeneres toxic workplace allegations 2020. Chapter 8 The Be Kind facade crumbles. Ellen DeGeneres toxic workplace allegations 2020. Our next scandal involves a daytime television queen whose entire brand was built on kindness, positivity, and laughter. Ellen DeGeneres. For nearly 2 decades, The Ellen DeGeneres Show was a feel-good staple, and Ellen herself was one of America's most beloved personalities, famous for her dancing, her generosity, and her signature sign-off: be kind to one another. So, when allegations of a toxic work environment behind the scenes began to surface in 2020, it was a shock to many. From kind daytime queen to accused bully, Ellen's empire took a major hit after ex-employees spoke out. #2 O.J. Simpson Trial, 1995. Chapter 9 The Trial of the Century, O.J. Simpson, 1995. Let's journey back to the mid-90s for a scandal that absolutely gripped not just America, but the entire world. It was dubbed the Trial of the Century, and for good reason: murder, fame, and a not guilty verdict. The O.J. Simpson trial captivated and divided the world like few legal battles before or since. This was more than just a murder trial. It was a cultural phenomenon that played out on live television, exposing deep societal fissures related to race, class, celebrity, and the justice system. The story began on a grim June night in 1994, when Nicole Brown Simpson, O.J.'s ex-wife, and her friend Ronald Goldman were found brutally murdered outside her Brentwood condominium. O.J. Simpson, a beloved former football hero, actor, and charismatic television personality, quickly became the prime suspect. Hash 1. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle versus the royal family. Chapter 10. Royal Ruptures, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle versus the monarchy. And for our final scandal, we cross the pond to examine a controversy that shook the foundations of one of the world's oldest institutions, the British royal family. I'm talking about Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, and their dramatic departure from royal duties. Royal bombshells dropped on Oprah. Accusations of racism and betrayal shook the monarchy to its core, creating a public relations crisis and a deeply personal family rift that played out on a global stage. This was not just a family squabble, it was a challenge to the traditions and image of the crown. The fairy tale romance of Prince Harry, a beloved member of the royal family, and Meghan Markle, a successful American actress, captivated the world. Their wedding in 2018 was a global spectacle, seen as a modernizing moment for the monarchy. However, behind the scenes, tensions were apparently brewing. The couple reportedly struggled with intense media scrutiny, particularly from the British tabloids, which Meghan described as often racist and relentlessly negative. They also hinted at a lack of support from within the royal family itself. In January 2020, Harry and Meghan stunned the world by announcing their decision to step back as senior royals and work towards becoming financially independent. This move, dubbed Megxit by the press, sent shockwaves through the UK and beyond. It was an unprecedented decision for such high-ranking members of the family. Reflective, slightly slower tempo music begins, and there you have it, 10 of the most shocking celebrity scandals that truly rocked the world and left us all talking. From the Oscars stage to the halls of Buckingham Palace, these moments prove that fame and fortune offer no immunity from controversy, and sometimes, they even amplify it. These aren't just fleeting headlines, they are pivotal events that have reshaped careers, challenged our perceptions, and in some cases, even sparked broader societal conversations. The echoes of these scandals continue to resonate, reminding us of the complex, often fragile nature of public life. Scandals come and go, but these, history won't forget. Which one shocked you the most? Was it a moment you remember vividly, or one that you learned more about today? The impact of these events is undeniable, serving as cautionary tales, conversation starters, and let's be honest, incredibly compelling stories. They remind us that behind the curated images and public personas, celebrities are human, capable of mistakes, misjudgments, and moments that can change everything in an instant. We want to hear from you. Comment below. Drop a like if you found this journey through celebrity history as fascinating as we did. And don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping lists and deep dives from Top 10 Trends. Your engagement helps us bring you more of the content you love. And hey, don't miss bonus drama on TikTok. We've got even more quick hits and behind-the-scenes takes over there. You can find us at the link below. Until next time, stay tuned and stay informed. tps//w.tiktok.com/@top10trends8